Hello everyone, I'm FMZ and welcome to episode 4 of Resurgence with Atalanta. Today we've got a roundup of games for you, including a couple of Europa League ties and some important games in Serie A. Don't forget, if you enjoy this content, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, leave me a comment if you've got anything to say. Also, don't forget, I'm a member of the FM Creators community and the Passion for FM team. The link to the Discord servers is in the description. Let's get to the results, shall we? And we start the roundup in Mönchengladbach as we drew 1-1 with Borussia Mönchengladbach. Let's take a look at the goals. Amad Traore put us in front on 16 minutes. Shaw with the ball on the left, playing it into Litany. He will shoot a goal. It comes off the post. Traore is quickest to react for 1-0. Mönchengladbach will level on 23 minutes. Van der Heide came down the left-hand side with a cross into the middle. Benez heads it on. Kuhn puts it in, as Mönchengladbach claimed a point. We then lost away at Sampdoria by 1-0, and it was fairly even, so we were a bit gutted to have lost the game, but let's take a look at the goal. Roberto Gagliardini with the goal. Header off the bar, off the goalkeeper, and into the net as we lost away at Sampdoria. We did, however, follow that up with claiming the Milan double as we beat AC by 1-0. Boré with the only goal. Let's take a look at it. Scored midway through the first half. Steven Bergwijn with a good run down the left-hand side, playing it onto Özil. It was a lovely ball through. Defender doesn't cover himself in glory. Boré puts it into the net to give us the only goal of the game. We then welcomed Borussia Mönchengladbach and we beat them by 2-0. Two very late goals. Let's take a look at both of them. Josip Ilić with the first goal. A long injury layoff he's had, but he is now back in the side. Miranda with the ball in. Ilić with a lovely header, sneaking it inside the near post for 1-0. Miranda himself got on the score sheet with the second goal. Morales with the ball in the middle. He will send it wide to Miranda, takes a touch, fires it into the bottom corner to give us a very important win in the Europa League. We followed that up with a 4-0 win away at Torino. Boré with a hat-trick. He is certainly filling Valovic's boots very well, with Valovic being out injured for a couple of weeks. Let's take a look at all the goals from this one. Boré opened the scoring on 7 minutes from a corner, tapping in at the far post. He doubled his tally for the afternoon on 21 minutes. Miranda with the ball on the left-hand side. He will swing it into the middle. There is Boré profiting from a goalkeeping mistake to make it 2. And he completed his hat-trick on 41 minutes. Bergwijn Miranda exchanging passes before Bergwijn swings it into the middle. Boré heads it against the bar before tapping in his own rebound. And Giottino completed the scoring on 88 minutes. Giallon with the ball on the right-hand side, swinging it towards the far post. Coley heads it down. Giottino slams it in for Torino 0, Atalanta 4. But we were very much humbled against Sion in the Europa League as we lost by 3-1. Let's take a look at all the goals from this one. Ulriskis with the first goal for Sion. Silva with the ball on the left-hand side. He will play it into the middle eventually. There it is. Ulriskis putting it in for 1-0. We equalised from a corner. Giottino with the ball in. The defender will score the own goal after it has an almighty scramble for 1-1. Then Sion took control on 65 minutes. Fortune with the ball in the middle of the park, running beyond everybody. Still going before he fires it beyond the agonisingly diving Galini. And they wrapped it up in the 91st minute. Costa with the ball in the middle. Arekis with the ball back to him by, as he will fire it into the net nicely as well. Goodness me, as Sion won by 3-1. And last time out, we drew 2-2 with Fiorentina. We were agonisingly close to beating them, but Pedro equalised in stoppage time. Let's take a look at all the goals from this one. Pedro with the opening goal on 11 minutes. Laros on the ball on the right-hand side. He will play it back to Solo, who sent it into Pedro as he put it into the net for 1-0. We did equalise through Mbem So on 23 minutes, coming through a nice tap-in from the corner. Then a collector's item, a goal from Harry Winks on 70 minutes. Thought we won the game with this one. It's a long ranger from Winksy, nicely stroked into the bottom corner. We were also denied another goal just after, before the sucker punch came, as Pedro added a second goal to his tally, heading in at the far post as it finished 2 each. So on to the competition screen we go. We are playing Sassuolo in the first round of the TIM Cup. That comes in early January. In Serie A, we are down to 6th place. The gap has grown to Napoli at the top. They lead the way on 32. Bologna still up in second on 31. Lazio and Juventus on 27 and 26 respectively. Inter also on 26. Then there comes us on 25 with Sassuolo, Fiorentina and Lecce just outside the top 6. Lecce have dropped a little bit since the early season form. Milan just inside the top 10 on 19, then Sampdoria on 19 as well. Roma down in 13th, they are struggling slightly on 16. Looking further down the table into the bottom 3, Brescia are still bottom on 5, Spal and Torino are second from bottom and third from bottom on 7. Parma on 8, Empoli on 9, Cagliari on 11, Genoa on 13. In the Europa League, it's got very interesting in that, and there's a reason why I've left the Europa League till last. So we have one more match day to play. That is at home to Fenerbahce. That will be the next game you see from this series. Sion are top on 8, then come us on 8 as well. Sion top on goal difference. Then come Fenerbahce on 6, Borussia Mönchengladbach on 5. So all 4 sides still have an opportunity to qualify for the knockout stages. And it could prove very significant. Obviously, we have had the change in Europe's cup competitions. So if we finish top of the group, we go straight through to the second round. If we don't, we go into the first knockout round of the Europa League. If we finish third, we go into the Confederations League. We will probably still be playing in Europe beyond Christmas. It's just a question of where and when, frankly. And obviously with the Fenerbahce match, you've noticed what year it is. The World Cup starts just following that as well. So it was a nice game to just end this little current run on before we move in to the second half of the year following the World Cup. So we'll drop back in for Fenerbahce next time around. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this content, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Leave me a comment if you've got anything to say. Also, don't forget I'm a member of the FM Creators community and the Passion for FM team. The link to the Discord servers is in the description. That was episode 4 of Resurgence with Atalanta. I will see you for Fenerbahce next time. Until then, thanks for watching.